Despite the cold weather we are having, students and community members alike gathered together for a mile run. I was able to catch the story. Reporting for Channel 15, I'm here at the Polar Bear Run where the Alumni Association and Connecting Alumni to Students give back in a generous way. Connecting Alumni to Students hosted their 7th annual Polar Bear Run on Tuesday, November 11th. The Polar Bear Run is an event open to the public that participants can walk, run, or roll for 1 mile.
So this Polar Bear Run is about a 1 mile run here on campus, and students just run around and they can run as bear as they want or whatever it may be. But I think the Polar Bear Run went fairly well considering the circumstances with the weather.
So in 2008 we implemented the Polar Bear Run, and we sort of got that idea from other institutions in the state that do a nearly naked mile, but our spin on it was the Polar Bear Run, walk or roll, so that was kind of a funny way to bring a little creativity and UNI uniqueness to the event.
I think when I came to UNI, what I really found a passion for in the Polar Bear Run is that in college I found it difficult is how can I get involved and how can I make sure that I give back to a community that has been so great to me. And that was really a passion that I had ever growing up or when I was growing up. And so now coming into college, I think it's easy for students to kind of just forget about that. And so this is a way for them to kind of kick off that giving season. And so that's what I really enjoy about the Polar Bear Run is that this is a way for the community members to get involved, as well as students alike to get together and realize that, you know, there is need here in the Cedar Valley. And this is just one small way that we can kind of kick off that season.
We try to do something way different this year than we have before by incorporating a lot of more components into what goes into Polar Bear Run. So we had learn more about cats, and we had our Traditions Challenge, which is a large component of connecting alumni to students. We brought all of that into the race, which was a nice way to promote cats as well as UNI.
The price of this event was free if you donated clothing and or a non-perishable food item, where all donations went to the House of Hope and the Northeast Iowa Food Bank.
So the Polar Bear Run started back in 2008, and the Polar Bear Run really was kind of inspired by some other universities who used to do this race called the Naked Mile. That just allowed us, you know, to be able to, you know, show students that they can give and make it kind of in a fun way. So back in 2008 when it started, they just saw that other universities were doing it. They saw how attractive this was. The first year they were hoping to only have 25 runners actually participating, and they actually had over 100. So this event has a lot of potential. It has a lot of opportunities to really reach a lot of students and a lot of people that are truly in need, which is the overall purpose. The food is going to serve the Northeast Iowa Food Bank. The food bank that is just an organization that I think we're very fortunate that UNI is so close to the office here in Northeast Iowa, because that is just an amazing facility that can always use more volunteers. They can always use more canned food, and definitely it's a way for students to be able to give back. And so if students can't actually go and give their time volunteering, this is a way that we like to try to connect the two, and hopefully create a partnership with other student organizations.
Then also with the House of Hope, that was a new thing. We decided to donate to them. That's a women's shelter for women and families, and it's to my understanding they have 10 families there right now, so they're at full capacity. And so I think it was very important for us to get as many donations as we could for the clothing for the women and the children, especially in this time of it's getting colder, and so these clothes will help them.
Overall, you know, these are two organizations that are here in the Cedar Valley, and like I was saying earlier, I think it's very important that these students realize that there is need here in the Cedar Valley. I think too many times people may get caught up in UNI specifically, so this is one way for them to kind of reach out of their shell a little bit and understand that.
This annual event gives back to the community that helps spread the warmth over the holiday season.
And another part of the great success of Polar Bear Run was the awesome donations that we got from the Cedar Falls community. We had Colt there voluntary to DJ for us, but then also with our prizes that we gave out, we had 5 different prize packages full of awesome things from different restaurants, area businesses. So we were really appreciative that everybody's so willing to donate to us, which really was a great pitch for the event, and people were really excited about all of our donations that we had.
you know, as students are approaching this giving season and kind of going home for their breaks, keep in mind that there are their neighbors that may potentially need that help. And so the House of Hope, as well as the Northeast Iowa Food Bank, and among other organizations here in the Cedar Valley, or even back in their hometowns, are always going to need help. And just try to be kind of conscious of that when you're going through this winter season. You know, look through your closet if there's anything that you don't need anymore. These winter coats, you know, those are huge, huge things that the House of Hope needs and would love to have. So just be kind of thinking about that this winter season, and I know there's definitely a lot of people that would appreciate it much more. So.
There were over 40 runners, walkers, and rollers this year. They were able to donate 87 canned food items and 137 clothing items to the House of Hope and the Northeast Iowa Food Bank.